So we are, this game is on Shattered Temple. Loading is all complete, must just be waiting on some of the observers. And here we go. Oh, and look what they've done! Right, I'm going to need to change that as I go because need to change the scores over because they've started on opposite sides, which is just very annoying. So there we go, 1-0 to Foffy, not 1-0 to Togana, and Foffy saying hello to his mother. Hey ma! So we've got a T versus P on Shattered Temple. We've got Togana spawning on the left hand side, Foffy on the right. The last game saw a pretty macro based game. Foffy inching ahead with, I would say, a better economy, which I would say Togana never really kept up with at all, but it was a very close game. I mean, but I feel that Togana maybe sacked his army towards the end to snipe Nexus, but he didn't really snipe the Nexus. But I'll not talk too much about it. I'll probably cast that game a little later on from the replay, so I'll not divulge too much information. It was a pretty epic game though. So we see Foffy starting off with the 9 pylon, sending out scouts straight away, looking to be scouting south, and Togana scouting north, so they're each going to scout each other second. So it's not the end of the world, I guess. I'd rather scout second than third. Pretty standard from Togana, no proxy barracks or any of that kind of shenanigans, and Foffy also opened him as a gateway, so no type of cannon rushing or any of those type of tactics. Well, I say tactic, cannon rush, it's not really a tactic, it's more of a cheese, but I'm not getting into that. Just standard timings on everything so far. Now, I'm going to be a bit crap coming to Terran timings and whatnot because I have no idea whatsoever. So, yeah, you'll just have to bear with that. I don't claim to be an awesome caster, but yeah, so here we go. We've got Togana getting the scout off, and Foffy is getting his scout off as well, so plenty of scouting action going on right now. Got a standard timing on the cyber core as well. Well, maybe a bit late actually. Get that production tab open so I don't miss anything. So we've got a tech lab going down on the first barracks from Togana, so we'll maybe see either opening with a Reaper or just going for that early stim or concussive upgrade. But we'll see what he's planning on here. Going with the 2 racks, a Marine and a Zealot, and a Bardic with the Marine. Must go to the toilet and ask the Zealot to hold his beer. The Zealot responds, we cannot hold. Very good. SC2 jokes are totally underrated. I try to tell my friends some of them, but they just they plain don't get it. They're all WoW nerds. So they're like, what, SCV? What race is that? Facepalm. But yeah, it's looking like a Reaper opening from Togana enemy. Don't distract me with humour because I really don't pay attention to what's going on in the game. But I can't really tell you what happened in the last game because I'm planning on casting it. But anyway, I'm just going to say it, this game's panning out exactly the same as the old game. First game saw a bunker rush Reaper attack, which was held off very successfully by Foffy, but it's looking like just the Reaper this time with no bunker. Just coming in to be a pest really. Take off these guys, delay mining, and with only 1 sentry and 1 Zealot out, sorry, 2 sentries and 1 Zealot out, it's going to be... So we got a couple of kills there. I don't even know if we got any kills actually. But anywho, the Reaper harass was unsuccessful, I feel. Yeah, it delayed a little bit of mining and possibly killed a couple of probes, but I don't think the investment would be worth it. Maybe a bit of micro and you could have killed the sentry. Maybe you would have made it a lot more worth it, because then that's 100 gas early on, that's right down the toilet. But it's still pretty standard really. We've got some sentries coming out for the possible fast expand. Who knows, still only 2 gateways so far though. The third only just coming on now at 6.5 minutes. I feel that's maybe quite a bit late. If Togana was gearing up for an all-in attack, he would be in deep trouble. But we do see the fast expand going down from Togana, so he's looking to gear up not to be too aggressive, getting a couple of bunkers going down just to help secure that natural. But we do see a fast expand going down now. A 2-gate fast expand, which really it was just a 2-gate fast expand. It's pretty risky, pretty balls out, but you can see the probes that he's gained. This is just craziness. He's got 38, no that's not 38, 80, 16, 24, 27 probes on minerals, which is just an absurd amount. So there's going to be plenty from a transfer, so he's already ahead in economy, I feel. As you can see here, he's slightly more income, but Togana is obviously keeping up because he's got the mule in there, because we all know the mules are totally OP. Ooh, there we go, I said it. But unit count is just, look, you can't say they're not OP. That's 36 probes to 28 SCVs. Mining is still pretty even because of that one mule. It's just craziness. But still nothing crazy going on. It's looking like it's going to pan out to be a pretty macro game. No early aggression from either side. Both playing very timid. But Togana does have the middle watchtower, so he will see any aggression coming if it does come his way. I kind of find that I've got these quiet pauses where I don't really know what to say because there's nothing happening, so I'll just keep talking for the sake of talking. Still not really seen a tech tree from Foffy though. He's getting that forge, possibly for fast upgrades, possibly for defense to get those cannons up, but 9 minutes in, I would like to see more than 4 gates, because this army would just get melted away by some stimmed marauders. Even without concussive shells, just a little bit of stutter micro, and that would just clean this up quite quickly, as I don't feel there's only 4 zealots in that army, so force field and tearing in is not going to really affect that much, especially if there's marines for backup. The DPS can just kill off the zealots quite quickly, and then what you got? He's obviously heard me. I hope he's got more zealots now. Hope he's not screen sniping. That would be evil. Both players actually supply capped, but Foffy is starting to gain a momentum. His supply is quite considerably higher than Togana's right now. Whether Togana realises this or not, I really don't know, but I would like to see that even out before the first engagement, else it's going to be a pretty one-sided fight. But we do see upgrades coming from both parties as well, so it's 1-1, well, 1 attack upgrade for each. Still no tech path choice from Foffy, which is confusing. I'm wondering what he's going to do, unless he's just going to go balls out and just go for a pure gateway army and try and take out this I'm wondering if that's a misscan, or maybe no, it wasn't a misscan. You know what he's done there? He's checked for an obs, which is actually quite smart, because if I was playing, I would most likely have an observer over the army. You want to scan, get rid of that observer, so your opponent doesn't see the drops coming. So now Foffy's in the dark, he doesn't know any of these drops are coming, and it's looking like Togana's gearing up for a double drop. At the same time, Foffy, his army is way out of place to deal with this at the main, so he's going to do a lot of damage with the drop right here, because he sent his whole army to kill off some rocks, so he's way out of position at the moment. I'd like to see this getting taken advantage from the drops, but is he going to wait, or is he going to do it? Now I'm wondering if he's waiting to see if the army's going to move out, but no. Actually, the Zonaga's changed hands. I didn't notice that. I do apologise, but Foffy is now in control of the tower, and I would say he's probably got map control as well. Togana's in the dark at the moment, but there we go. Here comes the drop. It's incoming now. Just drop in clean into the mineral line, and we're probably going to see when this whole army goes to clean this up. He's going to pick up. He's going to fly off, and at the same time, here comes the second drop straight into the mineral line once again. Oh, he did lose his medivac, but at the same time he's killing a lot more probes here. Now, I wouldn't advise doing what Foffy's just done here. By attack moving these probes, you're making it first on the priority list for attacking units. If you just either move them straight out the way or move and stop them, so that your units can get in there and start attacking. Because as soon as you attack move these probes, they just get they're just put into the meat grinder basically. But that was a lot of damage done by those 2 drops. I'm not sure if he done enough damage to warrant losing that first drop though. But again, it's all exponential. You lose all these probes, that's less mining, which means less units, which means all that good stuff. But because Foffy does have that gold up, the economy is going to balance out quite evenly, and it's going to not take long at all to balance out. But both players at the minute, still money's quite low. That's good to see. Pretty solid macro, but again, Togana's supply blocked at 102. It's just these little things that can, because if, for example, Foffy was to go push out, it's taking longer for reinforcements to get in there for Togana, which could lose you a game. So you always want to keep on top of your supply. It's StarCraft 101. Still not really seen a great deal go on in this game. We've seen a couple of drops, but still, it's exciting. I'm just waiting for this big battle, because I feel that if whoever wins the initial battle is going to go on to win the game. So I could just waiting to see what happens. We've seen a couple of tech buildings being dropped down, but still no tech path really chosen. There's no immortals out. Got an observer out from the Robo Bay, but that's pretty much it. Maybe just getting the Twilight Council out just to continue with those upgrades, as you need the Twilight Council to go past the 111 upgrade. You need the Twilight to go 2 and 3. So maybe not planning on getting Charge or Blink, maybe just dropping that down to get the upgrades. Now this is good from Foffy. He's having a little scout out just to see if Togana's taking the gold, and he'll see that he hasn't, which will make him a very happy camper, as his gold is now fully saturated and his money is starting to skyrocket. Both players approaching max army. We've got a gate here that's not quite open for Foffy yet. But yeah, we've got upgrade ship weapons. See, I actually had to look what that said there. Know nothing about Terran, I had no idea what that icon meant, so I'm not ashamed to admit it. Hi there, Grunblatt. Nice to see you watching. But yeah, so still, both players been pretty passive here. As I say, there's been one drop from Togana, who's actually effectively shut down mining altogether from this main. There's a few mineral patches left. I'd like to see more probes up here just to continue mining. But there we go, Togana's starting to move out now to take control of this watchtower. Preemptively getting those Vikings out, even though he hasn't seen any Colossus. Don't know if I agree with that. I mean, did he see the he did see the Robo base, so he's probably thinking that there's going to be Colossus, but none. So this is effectively a wasted supply, wasted minerals. But instead we're just seeing an immortal come out. But there we go, there's the robotics bay going down now, so maybe those Vikings will come into play eventually. We're seeing Mobius Reactor with some ghosts coming out, so we're going to see some EMP action, which will help clean up this entire army, which is still 99.9% gateway units, but against only barracks tier 1 basically. It's tier 1 versus tier 1 at the minute. So still, both guys just playing very timid. I'd like to see aggression. I want to see big fights. I want to see micro fests. Sometimes these games, though, they don't happen this way. Both players just playing very safe. There's nothing wrong with playing safe whatsoever. There we go. It looks like Togana's setting up to take his gold now to get that macro. Oh, miss rally. Got some idle workers right here. Foffy now well aware of the third from Togana. Knows that he's still only 3 base to his 2 base 1 gold, so he's got to know he's ahead in macro at least, and this army is starting to look very, very, very scary. Immortals started to get added to the mix. Now with Colossi being added, where's this other Robo Bay? There's 2 robotics bays. Ah, he's built one right down here. Plenty of unopened gateways though. I mean, I don't like to see that. I feel like just getting into game chat and typing, open your gateways, you've got open gateways. Another cheeky little drop there. Here's me complaining about non-open gateways, completely missing drops. That'll be the drop ship from earlier, possibly being used just to draw that army out of position, which is done really quite well. We've got a lot of Guardian Shields going up now. These don't actually stack, so they're wasted. You only want to pop a couple of these up now. Togana's army is just melting away this Protoss gateway units, and it's looking like it's going to be a GG. There's just too many Terran units. With that stem upgrade, it's just tearing through all these, and there we go, there's the GG. In game number 2, Togana takes it quite convincingly in the end. The big battle just comes down to simply knocking Foffy out of position with that drop, and then moving in and excuse me. So yeah, that was game number 2. That's bringing the score to 1 game apiece. Togana taking the second game to bring the scores level, and yeah, so that was pretty slow to start off, and then the battle came. Foffy was caught out of position, sending his whole army to take care of 1 drop. Maybe a slight overreaction, then all his units caught in the choke, taken out. Would have liked to seen a few more Colossus maybe. I think he stayed on gateway units for too long. So yeah. Pretty safe game from both players though. A few supply blocks here and there, but nobody's perfect. But yeah, I'm going to take a quick break and get some water, and I'll be right back.